There, it's Leslie, and welcome to Ageless Tips and Techniques of Longevity and Training Smarter Than Harder. You know, I've always said, create a conscious movement for a subconscious result. So this little one today is about saving our knees. Now, had I known back then what I know now about especially functional training, I would have saved myself a knee replacement. And at the end of the day, we're still doing some really crazy stuff in fitness classes that compromise the knees and the low back. So I want you to think about when you squat, when you're doing, classes and you're doing squatting, when in life, I'm going to set this down, when in life do we walk around with a tucked pelvis doing this and driving the knees over the toes? For one thing, that's a very dysfunctional position to put our knees in. And secondly, when in life again do we move around like that? Never. But yet you see it in classes all the time. I want you to think about if you were to just place a small ball in between your thighs, just above the knees, and not squeeze it. There's no reason to squeeze it. But once you do that, you're actually going to feel an engagement of the deep pelvic floor muscles. It's all connected. It's all connected through our fascial pathways. So for example, think about how you get down, up and down out of a chair. So if I were to go up on my toes and tuck my pelvis, I can't get up. I physically can't do it. So the first thing I'm going to do intuitively is hinge forward. So the minute I hinge forward, I've already started the lengthening process. And by reaching my arms out rather than using my hands, I'm going to pause here and be in a hinge position before I stand up. Now, if we were to do that at regular time, getting up and down out of a chair, out of your car, in real time, you're going to move pretty quickly doing that, right? So if we were to practice doing squats with a ball between the knees, now I can do that pretty much pain-free, all day long, for example, which is going to translate to skiing, which is going to translate to so many other activities, because in ski boots, you're not up on your toes. You're in your boots and you're attached to skis. And if you were skiing like this, it would be physically impossible. So once again, think about how you're training. I mean, how long do you want your body to do what it's supposed to do, from all the activities that you love? So this is just, again, a little tip that when you think about doing squatting or lunging, add that hinge. And it doesn't have to be a big movement, but a movement enough that actually lengthens that posterior chain, being our hamstrings, our calves, our glutes, et cetera, rather than thinking of squeezing, tucking, and tightening. This is Leslie. This is just some ageless tips to preserve your body for longevity.